them, I don't know where I'd be. I mean, I can't say that I'm not crediting these books to where I've gotten to today, but it was definitely an important start, you know? For someone like my neighbor, for instance, that I let her borrow and read these books, and she really enjoyed them. And she said it gave me a lot to think about, different things like this. So, you know, um, I'm trying to focus on the positive things, you know? It's not about denying the past or being like this and that didn't happen, you know? I'm trying to explain that in the grand design of things that nothing truly is by accident, and that we are all learning from each other as much as we are helping each other like a barrel of monkeys to achieve the dream, the goal for all of us, not only our collective dream and goal, because there is one. I think we all would wish for a heaven on earth, right? No more suffering, no more peace, all of those things. Hmm. And it isn't unattainable, but let's not go too far ahead of ourselves. So, right, with this. So, it's truly unfortunate to see some of the things that these people have gotten up to. You know, I don't think that, like, for instance, when I was talking about this with daughter of Lilith, she's a subscriber. We talk on Telegram and sometimes in the comments here, and she reiterated to me multiple times that David really had a deep belief for these things. And I truly believe he did also, same as me. You know, when I read about his astral traveling experience and remembering the pajamas, he was in the pajamas that he went to bed in, that really opened my eyes. A lot of my experiences, well, sometimes I was wearing clothes. I swear it was not on purpose. Um, but I had to figure out, different things about spirit body travel. And if that didn't happen, like if he didn't tell that story about how he saved his pajamas and shared the energy about it, it wouldn't, I don't think I would be the same today. It was meant to be. And it's unfortunate, that what happens, I believe, is that they may think that the divine or the universe is leading them in a certain direction. And I feel like, there were times when I thought that was happening too. And it turned out, um, well, I've just had a thought changing thing happen. Bill Donahue even said about the God of this world. We're always talking about the God of the spiritual world, but the one of this world, the material realm. I am not quite sure how to make both work. But it is a tricky thing. There's this aspect, like I mean, when you go into a certain world, like the celebrity type of, when you cross that line, things change and the game changes. It's not a game, but sort of. And I'm not sure if it is like it says your commitment and these things are put in people's paths in order to see what will you choose, like a test, you know? I misunderstood someone's, or actually misread it, and I thought it said, why can't it can't be both, or something like that. But we were both saying the exact same thing in the end, and well, it could be both. Hold on. There's always this argument. Are we in a prison? Are we in a school? What if it's both? I mean, prison is such a kind of brings these negative feelings like, what have you done wrong to land yourself in a prison, right? But it's almost like, how school reflects in real life. You weren't really allowed, well, you could, but you weren't really allowed to just stop going, right? You had to keep going until you graduated high school, at least. And so, in a way, it was almost forced, like prison would be. Stay here, do this, go eat lunch, go outside, you're showering at this time, all of that. And is it rehabilitating? I guess it's going to be different for everyone, you know? Maybe it does have to do with perspective and how you see it. But it definitely can be both. Just like this world can be both heaven and hell. So, what's the point of me telling you all this? Because I've gone on way longer than I intended to, and I apologize. Like I said in my last video, Fly Like an Eagle, I'm tired of being mad. And there are so many of these individuals, and I'm just not sure if all of them. Like maybe once, like I was saying with the celebrityism, maybe once you step into that current, it's a lot more difficult to navigate what's actually being presented and given to you in terms of opportunities. Maybe there is a group of individuals that prey upon people like, say, Laura Eisenhower, Corey Good, David Wilcock, people of influence. Like I made that post the other day about how the CIA holds influence over influencers, maybe trying to push certain narratives and also having them think that by pushing these narratives, there'll be certain rewards, giving them like these incentives to chase after. It's possible. I always hoped that if there was something like unsavory that they've done, that they would change and do the right thing about it, tell the truth, do the right thing, and pursue the dream in the right way. And I wonder. I wonder if they did truly try. I'm not sure now if when David split from Gaia and he had said, that they're Luciferians or whatever, I maybe he just didn't know what to call them. But I've seen it myself. There is such a high level of control for what they're putting out to the public. I haven't looked over what Matthias DeStefano is talking about in initiation, but I probably can take a good guess. It has to do with the same type of stuff that I've been talking about with the secret doctrine, with Helena Blavatsky's work and stuff like that with Theosophy. They removed initiation off the internet, I'm sure, for a reason. Maybe they use these people and push them in a certain direction, making them think that. Now, I'm not trying to excuse any fault off people for making the decisions that they did, because these are the choices that they made. Like when Corey Goode and David Wilcock sat down and decided to make up the cosmic disclosure, well, they chose to do that. When David's wife decided that she would get involved and try to get them to put the raw channelings in there and spice that up for her because David liked that. I mean, all these people made their choices, right? They did. I'm not trying to give them any excuses, right? And knowing that they may listen to these videos, I just truly wonder if they did this thinking that maybe they would be able to bring something into fruition, like into their reality, not just money and fame, but real results. Like how I hope that craft comes back into my life so that I can meet those people. Hopefully they're, decent. And which I didn't get any bad feelings over, but you never know. But like, having this come into my life where I can take that next step above what we have going on here. I'm not exactly sure how to explain that, but it's more so a feeling that maybe if they thought that by doing this, that it would bring some physical results, like for real. I don't know. I have to remind myself again that not everyone has the same heart as I do. But I also don't want to condemn them either. So I don't know. This might be a little bit random all over the place. It's not exactly where I thought it was going to go, but this is where it's at, Over the past month or so, maybe 2 months, a couple of months, I noticed there was this point where I don't know if Alex Kohler was going to throw in the towel or what, but Elena made this picture of him where he's much slimmer and in like a blue shining suit. It was almost like to sell him that dream again, to share a vision almost. Like, look, this is what you wanted, this is what you're going to be. And then she was kissing his ass a lot on Telegram, almost like convincing him to keep going, it felt like. I just, for all this time, they've had no real results, and I'm fairly sure that if they had done things a bit differently, they may have. It became more about, well, what it is has been now. It's about money, it's about fame, it's about getting people to come to your UFO conferences. It really lost its genuineness when you present it as something that it's not, and they know. See, they know. It's difficult to convince people that haven't gone through this, because at one time, remember, I was thinking aliens from other planets and star seeds and all this kind of stuff too. This is a process that I've seen repeat with many individuals, so it must be just part of like the awakening. And it leaves me to David's last book, actually, which I didn't finish reading, but I bought the hardcover. And it is like this here is almost like the dream. And like I was saying, and what was that video there? I had told you my dream where I was driving in the back of the car and I went to sleep there and I woke up here. So I went to sleep in dreamland. Oh, you going home, are you? Yeah. Then I went to sleep there and I woke up here. You know? So it's almost like when you go to sleep in dreamland, this is the dream here. And basically, that is the meaning of this book, you know? But again, I think that they figured out a bit differently, where they could talk about these things. I mean, is it a sacrifice that they've made to have to play these live action role play type of thing, to have to talk about it this way, when they may want to talk about it in a real way, but the powers that be won't let them? Maybe that is how they've had to provide a livelihood for themselves. I'm not sure, because, you know, I've said it a bunch of times, if I could go and get a job, a regular job like everybody else, well, I fucking would. I really loved my last job, and it sucks that it didn't work out for me because of my CPTSD. After a few months, my nervous system just shut down, and it had nothing to do with the kids. It had everything to do with the adults I was dealing with and their ridiculousness. So, but it could have been the only thing they could do for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it was what would have made them happiest. Maybe it was a pursuit of having a dream come true. Because there is a certain level. It's not that they've convinced themselves. There's stuff that happens in this journey. I think it's very important how we interpret them. Interpret them. You know what I mean? Fuck. But I did agree that David does believe this. But now what I'm not sure is how much is the live action role playing type of thing. Because if he really believed that that was Archangel Michael, that's a huge problem. It is truly tragic what's happened with David. And I think that, and feel and know that money was a huge part of it. I truly believe it. And I'm not trying to push away abundance and stuff. It's that the money controls you. And that's normally what happens. And you need to be in control of it, not let it control you. That's what happens. And now that, David Wilcock has given like what, $500,000 to Stavati or whatever, invested so much of this, I mean, he may not have realized that he was being scammed. Is it a bit of karma? Yeah, I think so. A little bit. But I don't know. I don't know, because I think deep down and feel that they must have known, but hoped for the best. Maybe they thought they could deal with it in certain cases. I'm not sure. I've done a lot of talking this evening, and I'm really not sure if I made my, like, reached my goal of what I wanted to explain to you. Like I said, I'd really love it if these people would start to lean more into what things really are instead of playing the game and the LARP. I know how exciting it is to realize these things about the spiritual body. And it's not something that I would ever want to just keep for myself. And I don't understand, and I can't understand how they can't see it. That by naming yourself an ambassador and blocking everybody else out and making it like you're the only one that speaks to this is absolute ridiculousness. And oh, I really wish and hope and pray that that ship does show up, and those, like, it would be so great, because I don't need to speak for anybody. I'd really like them to speak for themselves, you know? Because it would be one of the things that would change the world forever, is for people to realize that what we have here isn't all there is, but having this life here is so important to what comes thereafter. And we've always been told this. I just don't think we were able to see it because we weren't able to create a vision of what that thereafter looked like. And I'm not trying to focus on the afterlife, but we always talk about what heaven would look like for us. And I think in a way that, like, you're creating your world. So they may be doing this in a way. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I care so much. I suppose it's because I was sitting back thinking at one point that I wish that that was me, like that I had extraterrestrial friends and I was doing stuff, and I don't know, I guess it does something to you. Not necessarily bad. Oh, it puts you on an equal level with them. So I suppose I realized that we weren't so different after all. Even though I'm not making the same choices as them, but when it comes down to it, it's the same, isn't it? Again, if I'm not making any sense, I'm literally sharing my thoughts and feelings out loud as they're happening in real time. So, but it probably is. I truly wish there was real unity in our community from both sides, that, you know, that more understanding and mercy is shown. I was really hoping to be a bridge between two worlds, the non believers in a way of the whole community or the UFO thing entirely, the ones that were believing and then had their hearts broken, realizing that people were playing games like Corey Good there, making stuff up. Did I finish that thought about that could be part of their sacrifice, you know? I don't want to give them any ideas, but I've considered it. But I don't know. It could be just me hoping that it's it's not as it seems. I just like for all of this stage to pass over. Yeah. I don't know, everybody. I think I may have to try again another night. Not that I'm going to get rid of this content, but it's just, if everyone was to work together, we could actually get somewhere with this. We could, but no one wants to. It's been all about who can get the most views on their channel, how can we make the most money, all this shit. I think they've lost sight of the true goal. And you'll see them making little groups that looks like unity, but it's not, you know? Like I highly doubt that Elena Denon has ever apologized to Megan Rose for what she did to her. I mean, if you knew this Valnak before you ever met Megan, then you should have known right off the get-go, well, that fella's gay, so how can you be his wife? Why would she even entertain that? I swear. I thought over this a while ago. I talked about it on my Telegram ages ago now. But I had said that it seemed like that had been a convenient plot almost, like power in numbers, right? They were two pretty women talking about the Galactic Federation, so it gives this more legitimacy. And it was working for a little while. But it makes no sense at all. That's why I knew there was something seriously wrong, because Elena would have known that this fella is gay. You should never entertain that type of thing. Oh, even just to show, no, 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 no. That just confused people a lot and messed things up. So when she realized that Megan was not going in the direction that they wanted her to, that's why Alex Collier was like, if you don't get in line, we're going to cut you off. And that's exactly what they did to Megan. They cut her off because she wasn't in line with the narrative that they were all going along with. What a mess. if it stopped being so much about money and selling books and who's right and who's the most psychic, all this shit. And I'm pretty sure that is what that song's about. They come to build a wall between us. We know that they won't win. Yeah. I think it was done purposely, you know. I realize now that these people most likely do not have more than I do. And that a lot of it was just exaggerated stories, you know. Some of it's true, I'm sure. Some of it. That's what I was talking about. Irresponsible accounts, and that's what that is. It's irresponsible. You can't just assume people will know what you're doing. But I learned, you know, I learned. Behind me, I have Claudio's books too. I bought 5. This one I loved because, of course, I read it. I didn't read all of them. I've said that many times, but I loved this one, and it really. I didn't even. I don't. I think I must have looked up the word for perspective to make sure I knew what it meant. Oh, there's the man of my dreams. There he goes. Runs away with Helen Morris. Fuck. Bitch. Go get an alien or something to be with. Leave that one for me. I'm tired now. And I can't really think of anything else to say. I should probably read this one. It's the continuation of the Navigator. That's what it fucking says. The continuation of Morris's journey. Fuck. Well, I'm going to read it. I always say I'm going to read this book. I'm going to read that book. No, I really will. I'll read it. But I'm pretty sure what he's doing is putting all the knowledge that he's learned and giving it a fictional creative twist, which is absolutely wonderful because it is fantastic. It's a really cool world to get into. Claudio is a great creator. But, I have Whitley Strieber's book, Communion. Have I read it? No. But you know what? As of right now, I'm just going to literally delete the past about these people and give everybody a fresh start. I don't care what they think about me. I'm not here to destroy them. I'm here to unify us all. That's what I want. That's what I knew that I was supposed to do. It's not about taking sides with anyone. I don't want to. you will most certainly know if I do ever take a side. And it will always be the divine creator's side. But I'm just going to choose to see it differently rather than to let it, set me on fire and burn my fucking ass. Trying to understand and reason why. Because I'm not them. But I do hope and pray that things can take a turn so that we can involve everyone, not have this thing be like an exclusive thing for just one or two individuals. People deserve to know about their spiritual life in a proper way. I think that our civilization has gone through enough, and we don't need any more heartbreaks or letdowns. And I think that that is a commonality of what people experience when they have such high hopes for things, and then to have the rug pulled out from under them when they realize, it may be part of it, though, to not idolize these individuals and to have it reflect back on yourself. Like how they say, what you see in me is also in you. I think it greatly applies. I had forgotten almost my ability in writing and singing and all kinds of stuff. And well, through this journey, and really things started to kick off when I found the Terra Infinita map, because maybe it was triggering a certain part of my spiritual journey within me. I don't know. But it definitely was an accelerator, to a place that I needed to get to, that I didn't even know it was something that I was asking for, but had no idea it would be that. So I just choose to forgive. I know it's hard for me sometimes, but I have to remind myself again, like, these people could have been caught in a web that they may not understand. Used themselves in certain ways, and they didn't think that that was going to happen. And with that, I think that is enough. When I opened the cards to the middle, it says, the end of a tough cycle approaches, which is fantastic. And I'm really hoping it is like that. That, because I can feel things in that way changing, and I'm just really, really hoping for the best. I am. I hope these people sit down and talk and be like, you know what, maybe we should take this on in a different approach. You see? So, I don't know, you guys. I really appreciate you being here. This did not go as I thought, but maybe it's just how it was meant to be. I don't know. I can only hope that by sharing these things and making these videos, that it makes some type of positive difference in this world, in these times. But I do hope that you're all well and that you'll have a good weekend. You probably won't see this until after this weekend's over anyway, but I still hope you had one, a good one. And I don't know if any other messages are going to come out, but even if not, no, we're not doing that. There was like 3 or 4. If you could like and subscribe and comment and all that, it really helps the algorithm. I'm trying very hard to get YouTube to push my content a little bit. I'm actually not doing so well financially, so if you don't mind, if you can help making a donation to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. What I want to see in the future. I'm so tired of this back and forth. Yeah. A time for healing. And then be bold and make the first move. And that's what I'm trying to do here. You see, I was so angry about being misled, about feeling like I had wasted so much time. But maybe it wasn't, after all, a waste of time. Even though anger has a purpose, now I feel like I was angry for no reason. And I'm pretty sure that's a significant sign of healing. You know? Sure, does it upset me sometimes that these people made decisions that like they have? Sure. Do I think Matthias Stefano is ridiculous, sitting on TV singing an Atlantean song? Absolutely. But if he did that as part of the sacrifice, well, we'll see. Don't know. I don't know if they're for real or what. I don't know. But regardless, I just really hope for better. I don't want to be making fun of them or putting them down to make them feel any worse than they probably already have in life, which has led them to make the decisions that they have done. A lot of people talk about being bullied and stuff, and maybe in a way they thought, well, this is how I finally get mine, by doing these types of things and raising yourself up, I suppose. Don't know. Sorry. I really have tried to understand them. And I don't know. I guess that's it. Talked quite a bit. I'm kind of rambling now. I'm quite tired. But I do appreciate listening to me for this long. It's 11:22 p.m., in fact. And so I'm going to make a little something to eat before I go to bed. And then I'll probably be going to bed in a short bit of time. Well, I hope this wasn't as boring as it felt to me. I'm not bored, but I just feel like, well, I do hope it was beneficial and helpful regardless. And I will try again another night to talk about things a little more, you know. I I really don't want people going to war with each other anymore. And I know it might seem like some of the videos I make might be a bit challenging, but I'm challenging them to do the right thing. And I'm hoping it will be effective. Like Pokemon. Very effective, not ineffective. Okay? Okay, everybody. So I'm going to leave you with that song now. And I will see you again very soon. But yeah, like I mentioned, I don't want people to think that the dream is over just because it wasn't how we expected it to be. Because as my journey turned out, well, it surprised me and it turned out better than I thought it would have, and that things would be. You know, that I never thought that I would truly blossom into this person that I've become, and I have. You know, maybe I did. Maybe I thought I would, but I didn't know how. And I think it's the how that gives us the anxious worry. Anyway, take care, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. I hope that you have enjoyed it. So, good, wonderful, fantastic. Take care, everybody. Good night. Bye. See you next time.
There is freedom within, there is freedom without. Try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win. Now I'm towing my car. There's a hole in the roof. My possessions are causing me suspicion, but there's no proof. In the paper today, tales of war and waste, but you turn right over to the TV page. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win. shadows ahead.